And on that note, let me also inform you all that it's not just 50, but we have 55 women achievers because we have also had joint winners as well. So on that note, let's get started. Big question. Are you all ready? Yes. I only heard that side say that. This is not fair. Are you all ready? Yes. Sir, are you ready? Yes. I am ever ready. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the list started. And first up, let's invite on stage the Chief Marketing and Digital Officer of IIFL Investment Managers, Ms. Deepali Nair. Well, Deepali has turned IIFL into one of the fastest growing names in the wealth management space. And every conference that I end up hosting, she's always been one of my favorite speakers as well. So kudos once again to Deepali Nair. Yippee! Well, moving on next. Well, our next woman achiever, she oversees brand and corporate communications for Viacom 18 across all its 5 lines of businesses. Let's hear it for the head communications and CSR at Viacom 18, Sonia Huria. Well, our next achiever, in fact, is the brain behind some of Raymond's most brilliant campaigns that have served to enhance Raymond's strength in diverse product categories. Let's hear it for the head marketing at Raymond Limited, Madhu Datta. I dare say she's the woman behind Raymond's complete man. Zordar Talia, one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Well, our next achiever, well, if I have to introduce her, it's under her leadership that BTVI grew from a 2% market share channel to nearly 20% market share in the financial year 2017-2018. She's also the Vice President of the International Advertising Association India chapter. Zordar Talia ho jaye for Megha Tata, Chief Operating Officer, Business Television India.
These 3 words mean you're getting busy.
Congratulations.
I know this is not part of the script, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to say 2 things. Because there are women, amazing women here, I think one of the things which as women we need to do, and something which Sam touched upon about how not enough women are there on the C-suits in terms of whether Fortune 500 or even our own industry. I think one of the things which I believe lacks quite a bit is that there aren't enough mentorship programs which happen for women out there. And I want to take this platform as an opportunity to appeal to all you wonderful women out here that let's get together and create some kind of a mentorship program for women so that we are able to bring in far more women in the leadership roles which this industry deserves. And one just... and just one feedback and sort of to you, Sam, because I believe you've been a very supportive one to take feedback and make changes, that maybe next time when you have these awards being brought in, you should have men bringing them instead of women. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much indeed, Megha, for sharing those beautiful words there. And one thing which was also not part of a script is that I had to tell you I'm a huge fan of your smile as well. All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to invite our next achiever, who's responsible for driving overall marketing capability and strengthening digital initiatives for the brand that we all love so much. We're talking about the Chief Marketing Officer, Consumer Products Division with L'Oreal India. Please put your hands together for Shalini Raghavan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, moving on. It's time to now invite our next achiever here. Well, if you're wondering who's next in the list, please put your hands together for Vasuta Agarwal, General Manager, India Business in Mobi. In fact, it's under her leadership. Top line for InMobi's India business has grown approximately 65% year on year, and that's a no mean feat indeed. Well, before we invite our next set of achievers, thank you so much indeed for doing the honors. Can we have a huge round of cheer there, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Tarun and Mr. Ashish? Well, to present the next set of trophies on the stage, I'd now like to invite Mr. Pradeep Dwivedi. May I also invite Ms. Roma Balwani and Mr. Gurmeet Singh to please come on stage. And yeah, Zoda Talia ho jaye for our presenters as well. That's right. All right, so on that note, let's march ahead and let's invite our next achiever. All right, so moving on, it's now time to invite the Business Cluster Head, Premium and FTA GC Channels, Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited, Ms. Aparna Bhosle. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. She's led the launch of Privé HD in September 2017, which saw a 600% increase in viewership. All right. The organizing team tells us that she's not here. Yes, sir. We need a round of cheer there for Mr. Tarun indeed for doing what? That's what we're talking about, sir. Superb indeed. All right, so moving on to our next women achiever, all right. Her rich experience spread across 3 decades has not only seen her create magic on the creative side, but also on the strategic planning side as well. We have a veteran here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Maithili Chandrasekhar, National Planning Director with J. Walter Thompson. Well, up next, let's now invite on stage the Country Director, Government Affairs and Public Policy, India and South Asia, Sales Force, Ms. Shweta Rajpal Kohli. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. She's responsible for the $90 billion cloud computing company's relationships with government officials, regulators, industry bodies, and influencers in India and South Asia. Well, our next impactful achiever, in fact, being a part of the PR and communications industry for over 28 years, has worked on a diverse set of issues across the industries and also played a role of a trusted advisor, business leader, and an industry thought leader. We have with us the Director of Corporate Communications with Google India, Meenu Handa. You know, whenever the tempo of the music goes down, the tempo of the applause goes up. That's how science works. Inverse proportion. Let's believe in that for the rest of the evening. All right, well, talking about our next impactful achiever, well, her energy and leadership style is absolutely fantastic because in her current role, she helps the brands engage with professionals on the LinkedIn platform with relevant and valuable branded content. Please put your hands together for Virginia Sharma, Director, Marketing Solutions, LinkedIn. Well, our next achiever this evening, in fact, as the CEO for both Sapient Razorfish and Digitas, she also spearheads the creation of multiple centers of excellence within the Publicis Group's digital operations in India. Please put your hands together for Himani Kapadia. You know, we really need to sort of up the tempo of the applause because our next woman achiever, in fact, recently completed 11 years at the agency and has been an important force behind the growth of the agency from 150 crores to, when it started, to now which is 4,500 crores. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Anita Nair, CEO, Havas Media Group, India and South Asia, and CEO, Havas Group North. Well, it's time to actually put our hands together for our next achiever because, ladies and gentlemen, after working with global brands like Asia Business News India and BBC, she went on the entrepreneurial route and founded Zirka, that is today a 135 people strong organization with 5 offices spread across India and Southeast Asia. Please put your hands together one more time for Neena Das Gupta, CEO and Director, Zirka. Well, moving on to our next women achiever for the evening. Well, over a span of her 25 years career in advertising, she's helped orchestrate multidimensional brand solutions with her infectious energy and deep understanding of the business. Let's hear it for the CEO of Contract Advertising, Raji Ramaswamy. Well, next up, our women achiever, in fact, not only works across a plethora of global brands driving digital transformation and modernization for many of them, but is also responsible for building teams and talent to grow the business. Let's hear it for the Global Brand Director and Board Director of Ogilvy and Mather India, Hepzibah Pathak. Well, on that note, before we march ahead to our next set of women achievers, thank you very much for doing the honors. Thank you indeed. And while we do that, I'm of course going to request you all to keep those tweets coming using hashtag Impact50Women. Now, what we can do is we have a very interesting activity, and the organizers have promised that we have some very exciting prizes to give away as well. So I want all of you to please take a fantastic selfie of yourself, maybe of yourself or with your colleagues, and post it on Twitter with the hashtag Impact50Women. I can see that center cluster already, Entu cutlets out there, like super charged up already. I want all of you to know that's a mandate from me. Take your phones out, Click a nice picture of yourself, a selfie, and post it on Twitter saying, hey, I'm having a fab time here at #Impact50Women. Come on, please do that. We need to pick the best pictures and give away the prizes. So do that. You have 1 minute for it. I'm going to wait. No problem. And while that goes on, let's have some music as well. Keep those tweets coming. Come on. Let's keep it trending indeed. Please do tweet using #Impact50Women. Wow, it's so wonderful to see all of you broadening those smiles right there. Superb. Well, that was a wonderful plug-in from our side to prepare for the next set as well. Well, on that note, let's continue with the proceedings as well. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Bhaskar Das. May I also invite Ms. Punita Arumugam. May I please invite Mr. Puneet Mishra, and may I also invite Kranti Gada to please come on stage. All right, so our presenters are all set to do the honors as well. So let's continue with the list and let's invite on stage our next woman achiever. In fact, as they often say, grabbing a kid's attention is indeed no child's play. But our next woman achiever in the list has not only done that very effectively, but has also helped the channel lead in the otherwise cluttered kids genre with popular shows such as Motu, Patlu and Shiva. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the head kids cluster with Viacom 18, Nina Elavia Jaipuria. यार हम भी बच्चे होकर यार तालियां और सीटियां यार, come on everyone, let's have a huge round of cheer there for Nina Elavia. Well, our next achiever indeed heads the independent advertising unit, Madison Media Sigma, which handles the advertising spends of approximately 500 crore rupees per annum. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the CEO of Madison Media Sigma, Vanita Keswani. All right, so are we all ready to put our hands together for Pratyusha Agarwal, Chief Marketing Officer, Z Entertainment Enterprises Limited. Well, she leads the marketing function for the domestic broadcast business of Z while spearheading key strategic initiatives and driving marketing capabilities across the company. Well, it's now time to invite our next woman achiever, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of credit for Madison World's presence in so many spaces in the communications business today definitely goes to her. Well, not only the worthy daughter of Mr. Sam Balsara, but also an achiever in her own right. Please put your hands together for Laura Balsara Wajifdar, Executive Director, Madison World. All right, and now it's time to have an energetic round of applause for our next woman achiever. Let's hear it for Sapan Geet Rajwant, Digital and Marketing Head of Colors, Viacom 18. Well, she's ensured that the network's flagship channel continues to have the highest mindspace recall by pioneering direct consumer engagement through digital initiatives and programs across both urban and rural audiences. Okay, now talking about our next woman achiever, I'm going to very openly admit I'm going to have a fan moment right here because she's somebody I've been watching on CNBC for the last 15 years and also probably one of the reasons why I decided to become an anchor. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shireen Bhan, Managing Editor of CNBC TV 18. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, on that beautiful note, I'm going to thank our presenters for doing the honors. Thank you so much indeed. A huge round of cheer for all our presenters here. And well, with that, we're about to get started with our next set of awards as well. And while we do that, I hope you've also posted those fantastic selfies and pictures using the hashtag Impact50Women. Now, on that note, while we're about to get started with the felicitation of the final set of our Women Achievers, I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Sam Balsara, Mr. Naval Ahuja, and may I also invite Mr. Vishnu Shankar to please come on stage. All right, so on that note, we are about to get started with the top 20 already. And what we have, a new entrant on the list and one who makes a straight debut on top 20. That's right, making her debut here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of cheer for Kainaz Karmakar, Chief Creative Officer, Ogilvy India West. Synonymous with some of India's best campaigns for over 40 brands across mainstream and digital platforms, she's led Ogilvy to winning top industry awards year after year. All right, Kainaz, I'm going to request you to please remain on the stage. I have a little mandate. I'm supposed to be asking questions to our top 20 as well. So first up, you made your debut this year. How does it feel?
Wonderful, because I've been admiring all the women on this list from the outside. So being inside the list and being in the top 20 is absolutely, I'm chuffed.
Congratulations and kudos indeed. Can we hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen? Congratulations once again on that fantastic debut there on our top 20, Kainaz Karmakar. Well, moving on, it's now time to invite on stage at number 19 on the list is the woman who has given us many memorable design elements for brands such as Paperboat, Britannia, and many others. Can we hear it for Ashwini Deshpande, co-founder and director, Elephant Design. She's also the editor of award-winning book, Colors of Asia. Well, Ashwini, a very important question. If not being a design expert, what would you have been, if not a design expert?
I think maybe an RJ.
So in the RJ style, would you want to say good evening to the audience?
Good evening, ladies.
Whoa, that's packing some punch there. Can you hear it one more time, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, जोरदार तालियां हो जाए यार. आंखों में नमी and तालियों में कमी, not fair at all. All right, so moving on to our next game changer, in fact, our next woman achiever. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite on stage a very respected name in the industry, who at number 17, Preeti Reddy, President of Kantar IMRB and CEO of Kantar Insights, South Asia. You know, we're talking about prolific 3 decades of experience in consumer marketing, consulting and research, responsible for leading Kantar South Asia to become one of the fastest growing businesses in the group. Well, Preeti ma'am, a very valid question. We're talking about 3 decades of experience over here. So have you observed that the role of women professionals that's changed over the years? Have you observed any particular observation of yours?
Of course it's changed. There are many more of us, and there are many more of us at senior positions, but I think there are not enough of us. Okay?
It's a very valid observation there. So that means it's time for all of you to inspire many more of us now. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much indeed. All right, so up next, let's move on to number 16. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear it for India's most famous celebrity blogger and social media personality, whose blog, MissMalini.com, reaches out to over 4 million visitors monthly across 200 countries. Come on, yeah, let's have a huge round of cheer. Do I need to say more? Malini Agarwal, founder and creative director, Miss Malini Entertainment. All right. I think one thing we're all very curious to know is about this new avatar as an author of your book, #ToTheMoon. I mean, it's amazing indeed. So let's hear it more from you.
Well, I guess, first of all, good evening and congratulations to all the fantastic women. Please give yourselves a round of applause. And everyone who's here to celebrate women, I always enjoy this evening. So for the longest time, I thought my journey was about blogging about Bollywood and, you know, celebrities. And I recently realized after writing my book, my journey really is about showing people that you can live your dream and inspiring young girls. And so I've just started something called Girl Tribe on Facebook, which I'm very excited about. But the book actually made me feel that I can really inspire people to live their dreams, and that's what the book is about. That's I'm getting older, you see.
Well, thank you so much. In fact, no matter what your avatar is, we truly enjoy it and we truly look forward to all the avatars that you're ready to present. Kudos indeed once again. Well, moving on to our next woman achiever. Are we all having a good and a mighty good time there? Okay, from here I hear yes. From this side I hear yes. How about the center team? Come on. Yes, there. See, I see those 2 gentlemen out there with their shining smiles there, but I'm going to take that as a big yes from everyone, so let's move on. Ladies and gentlemen, and let me inform you all, we have reached the top 10 now, and at number 10, and deserving a huge, huge round of applause is Geetu Verma, Executive Director, Foods with Hindustan Unilever. She's also responsible for building the brand's foods and beverages business in India. Okay, step 1, step 2. Ma'am, I have a very important question. We're talking about food business. Are you also foodie like me?
Absolutely.
Awesome. I love you so much. All right, great. Now, very important question. When we're talking about marketing and advertising, how relevant and how very important is it when we're talking about food business?
I think food is all about seduction, tempt, appetite appeal, allure. And that's what expert marketers and advertisers do, just build that allure and sex appeal. And, as they say, the camera eats food first these days. So yeah, it's absolutely critical.
Ma'am, you nailed it. It's amazing. And I think I would want to continue this conversation offline as well. Can we hear it one more time? That was a very beautiful explanation there, and congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, on number 10, Geetu Verma. Well, on that note, let's move on to number 9. Well, if I had to talk about our woman achiever on number 9, well, she's credited with launching over 400 brands in media and has managed media investments for over 175 clients. Well, that apart, she's somebody who boasts of a very, very fantastic smile. We have with us the CEO of Lodestar India, Nandini Dias. Well, Nandini, I think me, along with the organizing team, we were very curious to ask you this one question. What is that one mantra that you follow during the day in order to get through your day or get through the work? That one mantra on your mind.
Yeah, that's a good one. Flexi time. Thank you.
That's a proxy there, sir. But let's hear it for flexi timing and let's hear it for Nandini Dias. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so moving on, we're now at number 8. And on number 8, in fact, in her capacity as the CEO, well, she's been busy lining up end-to-end capabilities of the brands in a model that is simple, flexible and efficient, and has enhanced the agency's cutting-edge practice in analytics, data, and tech. In fact, to her goes the credit for the deep synergy between all the Publicis Media brands. Ladies and gentlemen, no guesses there. Let's hear it for the CEO of Publicis Media India, Anupriya Acharya. Well, firstly, congratulations again, Anupriya. And I've noticed that it's amazing the kind of impact you've had on a lot of women, but I'm very keen to know who's that one person, whether within the industry or outside the industry, who has influenced you the most?
Well, last year my mom was here, so I think, said enough about her. I must say we are very fortunate to be part of an industry. Like Sam mentioned earlier, there are a lot of women. So even when we were starting out, I had enough and more role models. So we had Rhoda Mehta, we had Ambika Srivastav, Ketki Gupte. So I mean, it was like, at that point in time, we didn't even have awards like this. No recognition in that sense separately. But in their own way, they have inspired us. And if at all, even if we are able to do a fraction of that, I think it's great. Thank you.
Congratulations again, ma'am. All right, well, taking those beautiful words forward, it's now time to move on and invite our next woman achiever on number 7. You know, the thing is, by the time I try talking about her, there's a lot of energy infused in this mic, on the stage, in the audience as well, because she's our very own Mumbai ki Rani. See, that's it. You know, this woman needs no introduction. The moment I say Mumbai ki Rani, it's done. The adrenaline shot of Mumbai, who's ensured that Mumbai is waking up to that energy and that enthusiasm. Yaar, zordar taaliyan ho jaye yaar, unke style mein. Let's hear it for Malishka Mendoza. Red FM 93.5. Woo! Well, Malishka, no, don't worry. I'm not going to. No, Please, that's a compulsion. Agar aapko mic nahi diya, to then this evening is not done yet. But one thing is for sure that in the last 1 year, you come up with fantastic campaigns that you've been part of. And then, of course, Tumhari Sullu. I mean, you were absolutely adorable. Now, those are the profound experiences that we've had. But what is that one profound experience that you've had in the last 1 year?
You want me to say impact, me most 50 ka influential vade hai ka. Well, that seems to have been the most impactful. But this year has been special and spectacular. I love the stage, and in the beginning when the jury begins to talk and it's so impactful, they're so official, that my toes start to curl, and I was completely preparing a song for you guys, but then I said, heck, number 7, and I'll go up like that. But I have to tell you, this past year has been enlightening. It has been glamorous. It has been path-breaking. I've had the good fortune of, finding the power of my voice because you had my back. I've, had the good fortune to be part of a movie because, well, you saw my face. I've had the good fortune to not be tagged as a breeder of mosquitoes because you guys stood by me. So thank you for all of that. And my biggest lesson this year has been that jumping out of the box that you've created for yourself, or perhaps others have, is the biggest blessing. It's the biggest gift you will give to yourself. So more power to everyone who wants to break out of that box. Do it, ladies! Enough energy? Enough, guys? Thank you so much.
Congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen. Malishka Mendonça. All right. What an evening it's turning out to be, ladies and gentlemen. Well, on that note, let's now march ahead to number 6. Well, on number 6, we have somebody who's very, very successfully leading the brand function of P&G and the ownership of operations across all the brands of P&G in India. Let's have a very, very huge round of applause for Sonali Dhawan, Chief Marketing Officer, Indian Subcontinent and Business Unit Leader, Fabric Care, Indian Subcontinent, P&G. Okay, I got the permission from the photographers, so here comes the question for you. A very simple question indeed, but what is that one thing that makes your day as a marketer in the office? What is the one thing that really drives you?
Actually, it's about looking at how much of a difference you can make to not just consumers' lives. We all marketers talk about consumers' lives and how their products improve consumers' lives. But it is more than that, because when you build a brand, behind the brand there is a plant which makes it. There is a whole set of people who are employed there. And when you build a brand, you really build many, many homes which go into making that brand. So I think that's one thing. When I see us making a business or building a business, I take a lot of heart in the number of people whose lives are built behind that business. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that very beautiful thought indeed, and congratulations to you. All right. And on that note, here's the grand finale, ladies and gentlemen. The topper of Impact's list of 50 most influential women 2018 is Nadia Chauhan, Joint Managing Director and Chief Marketing Officer of Parle Agro Private Limited. Let's have a huge round of cheer there first up for Nadia Chauhan. So I've been told that she's not here, so I'm going to request you all to please come towards the podium. We're going to play a video message on behalf of, in fact, Nadia had a video message to share.
She might be coming a little later. Yeah.
So Mr. Balsara says that she might be joining us a little later, but for now, let's take a look at the video message.
Good evening, everyone. You have no idea how much I wanted to be there this year. Thank you, Impact, in exchange for Media Group, for this honor. 50 Most Influential Women List 2018. Wow, it's been a fabulous year. I remember the day I joined Parle Agro almost as if it was yesterday. Fruity and I are coincidentally as old as each other, and we've grown together as best friends. It's really funny that 2018 won Fruity the #1 spot in the brand equity most trusted beverage brands for the first time ever, and Impact has given me this. Growing Fruity has been one of the most amazing yet the most challenging experiences ever. The last 4 years have perhaps been the biggest game-changing years for us when we decided to rebuild the brand. I remember when we first introduced the new packaging by Pentagram, there were so many people who wrote in and commented, wondering whether we had lost it. Often this is the biggest challenge with older brands, breaking out of the mold that gets created just by time. It was probably one of the most frightening decisions, and honestly the fact that someone had developed something so good but at the same time so frightening made us all the more excited to take that risk and really go out there to disrupt. The conventional, the same old, often don't really get you anywhere. Ever since Fruity grew in rank from #3 to becoming #2 nationally, it further achieved the #1 position in many markets, and today it is growing rapidly, far ahead of the category at a double-digit growth rate for the last 3 years. There are so many people who've been a part of this journey with Fruity, but I definitely want to recognize the contribution of Sagmeister and Walsh, our creative team from New York, for really opening up this whole new world of design, advertising, and collaboration for us. The willingness to break boundaries and explore with curiosity is critical to all leadership. I'd like to believe that it is that has brought our brands and me to where we are today. And I encourage you all to do more of what scares you, do more of what pushes the limit, and do more of what isn't being done. Good luck and congratulations to everyone on the list this year. And thank you again from Fruity and me.
Let's have a huge round of applause there for Nadia Chauhan as well, the topper of Impact list. And before I let you leave the stage, sir, we have one final formality as well. It's time to announce our Twitter winners as well. That's right. We had promised, right, that we'll pick the best pictures on the Twitter. So we have got 2 winners. I'm going to request you to also do the honors of presenting these cute little prizes backstage. We're going to just get them on stage as well. Can we see the picture, organizing team? Can we also see the picture? We got to be sure. Yep? No? Not yet. So what we'll do is we'll tweet that picture to you, sir. We'll do that. Then we get an extra hashtag as well. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our winner here, first winner is Apurva Mishra with a Twitter handle @Apurva14. Are you here, Apurva? Okay, there. She's raised her hand there. So you can all follow her Twitter handle @Apurva14. You'll get to know what's the picture that she tweeted. Congratulations, Apurva. We're also going to be announcing our second winner as well in this contest. We have Sing Star Akash @Sing Star Akash 1. यार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए यार सिंग स्टार के लिए. अरे स्टार वाली एंट्री है यार ये. वेरी गुड. Thank you once again, indeed. Thank you very much for doing the honors. Well, on that note, I'm now going to invite on stage Shrabna Lahiri, who's the editor of Impact, to please come on stage and present the vote of thanks.
Thank you, everybody. Just a very short thank you because we are running late and it's time for drinks and dinner. So thank you all. Thank you, some of the women who've made it from the airport straight here. Thank you, jury members, and thank you. That's it. See you next year. Yay.
Thank you so much indeed. Well, they say a woman on a mission needs no permission. I say when the bar is open, we need no permission. Come on, let's carry on the conversation and celebrations over cocktails and dinner. Thank you so much for being part. Have a great evening ahead.
भाभी जी घर पर हैं?
Seeing, hearing, feeling, moving, sweeping, escaping. Everything you get from a sports car. Jaguar XF.